I firmly believe that is what midlife calls us to do. It's like we simply can't ignore those whispers anymore, whether you're doing a passion project on the side or it's full time. We simply can't not listen to that. And just think if you didn't listen to it, we wouldn't have this beautiful book that's about to launch that's going to really change so many lives. So I really want to get into the book and what the book is all about.
Yeah.
And so, what is the book about? Like, why this book? Why now? Why was it the story that needed to be told?
It almost felt to me like I didn't have a choice. It was just coming out of me. And initially, Jen, I got to be honest with you, I thought I was going to write it, print it out, stick it in a drawer, and my kids would find it when I was dead. But as I was passing out portions of it to readers, my beta readers, they all kept saying, this is going to be a book on shelves. This is important. So here's what's happening is especially since the pandemic, what happened to women was an incredible pressure cooker. Women in certain years of their life, certain seasons of their life, they're managing, their families, they're managing, aging parents, they're managing children, they're managing their careers. It is a pressure cooker. And the few support systems that were in place for women were closed and down, not just temporarily, we're talking years. And I think that that's taken a toll on women. And when I started reading, there were some stories in the Washington Post about this, about how the number one demographic in this country that is drinking themselves to death the fastest are women. And it's because we need a pressure valve. We need a pressure release. We need some way of releasing or numbing those overwhelming feelings. So my story really is offered in service to women who may be struggling this. When I think about addiction, and as you get into my story, you'll see that my path really entered with alcohol, ended with alcohol, did a lot of drugs in between. That's not always how addiction shows up, right? It's a common one, but it's not the only way that it shows up. So you can almost look at my story as an allegory. What I think about addiction now is when I am looking outside of myself to fill something inside myself in an unhealthy balance, right? It's a way to numb myself. It's a way of avoiding the feelings that come with overwhelming, pressured situations. It's not dealing with my feelings, it's all of those things, right? So people can run into this problem with, phones, sex, shopping, food, men, women, power, you name it. All of these things can get out of balance to the point where we are losing our lives because we're no longer present.